Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this tutorial. Today I will show you how to create a tool that will support you in learning all the scales and the chords when we play in major keys. So go to your office, grab an A4 piece of paper and come back immediately and I'll show you what we have to do. I will do a few folds now. Just do what I'm doing. There is no need of any explanations. So take the paper, fold it like that, open it, then make another fold like that.
Of course the same thing from the other side. Now we have finished.
Close it, and we have already finished this tool. So let's go back to the keyboard. Okay, here we have our tool and we are back at the keyboard. This is our middle C. I'll put the tool here behind the keys with this open side so it can stay in place a little bit easier. And you see, this is our B here at the end, and we have C, D, E,
F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G.
So we can move it a little bit more here. Okay, now grab a pencil or something like that and make, with every white key here, we make a little mark here. In the middle of the white key. Here, here, here.
Try to make this very exactly here and here.
And if nothing is gone wrong, you should have 12 small lines. So grab this tool again and let's go back to the table. So the next thing we have to do, you see these 12 marks here, and we just make them a little bit more clear so that it's about 12 millimeters or something like that here.
You can also take a color. It doesn't matter if it's black or yellow or whatever. The most important thing is that you can see very clearly, and it should be long enough.
About 12 millimeters, maybe a little bit more. Okay, this should work quite well. Then the next thing, grab another color. I take a red one and we write here in the first one Do, and then here Re, Mi, Fa, So, La, Ti, then again
Do, Re, Mi, Fa, So.
This Do, Re, Mi, Fa, So is like a universal language that we can apply to every major key. We'll see it later. So, and then we can take another color. We can write here major. That means this tool is useful for all major keys. So, here where the Do is, we write major. Here we can write minor. Also here, minor, major, major, minor. And here, where the T is, we write dim, diminished.
And then we go back to our major, minor, minor, major, and major.
Okay, next step. Can grab another color, green here in my case. We write the Roman letters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we start again with 1.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Now one last step, ladies and gentlemen. Grab another color, and then you see this La here, and we make a circle around this La, and then we have finished the tool and we go back to the keyboard. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, at the piano. Place this tool so that the Do is on middle C. Okay? Now, a few words to use this tool. Before we start thinking about what is possible using this tool, you have to know that we have 7 different root notes. That is so important. C, D, E, F, G, A and B. And you really, really have to know the names of the keys without thinking. So when you see this note and you have to think G, no, F, F, then practice first the names of these keys. It's so important. Now you see do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That's the structure of a major scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And you see that we have a certain structure here. Between do and re, we always have two half steps. One half step, two half steps, a whole step. Also between re and mi is always and in every key a whole step. And between mi and fa we always have a half step, a whole step between fa and so, a whole step here between so and la, a whole step here between la and ti, and from ti to do we always have a half step, and the result is a major scale. So now let's only have a look at this do, re, mi. Move this tool so that the do is on the D. And then you see it where the black lines are. We have the do is here, re, mi is the F sharp, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And we are now in D major because the do is the D. And so why do I know that this black key is called F sharp and this black key is called C sharp? Because we have, these are the root notes from D to D. And now we have to make two corrections to have the structure of a major scale. Do, re, I have to make a correction by using a sharp and I go to the F sharp here. This is already correct, correct, correct. And the C is not correct. The C I have to move up a half step by using a sharp, C sharp, and then D. So we have D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, and D. Okay. Let's make another example. We move the tool so that our do is on the E. Of course, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do remains the same, and the relationship between the notes, we have a half step, a whole step here, half step is a whole step. We have from mi to fa is always a half step. Then we have a whole step, a whole step, a whole step, and a half step. So because we are in E major, you may ask why is this called F sharp and G sharp and C sharp and D sharp? This is because we are in E major. So we have our root notes here. From E to E we have E, F, G, A, B, C, D. And now you see that I have to move up the F to the F sharp, the G to the G sharp, the A is okay, the B is okay, the C is too low, we have to raise it a half step, so we use a sharp here, C sharp, and the D is also too low, we have to raise it to the D sharp, and the E is already correct. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So, the last example here, what happens if I move the tool to, for instance, to this black key? Is this black key a B flat or is it an A sharp? And is this black key here where the fa is this a D flat, a D sharp or an E flat? That's a good question. So we can use the the keys that are already in the right place, we use the C, we see the Mi, the D is also the right place. These are at the right place. So we see that we have B and E as from B to B as our root notes. So we have to correct downwards the B. We use a flat here. Instead of B we have B flat, C, D, and then we have to correct this E, and we have to correct it downwards. So it is an E flat because the D is already used. We cannot use C, D, D flat, F. We always have to use different notes. You understand? B, C, D, E, F. So we have to B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A, and B flat again. So we have two flats here in B flat. Okay. So you can try out every scale on the piano, and there are some difficult ones. For instance, if you start here on this note, we can have two possibilities. We can have a scale called C sharp major, or we can have a scale that is called D flat major. So when we have C sharp major, we have these root notes, and you see that we have to correct here, we have to correct the D, we have to correct the E, we have to correct the F, the G, the A, and even the B. So we have 7 sharps. And if we think that we are in D flat major, we use these 7 notes, these white keys, as our root notes. So we have to correct downwards, we have to correct here, we have to correct here. This one is already correct, okay? Then we have to lower the G, G flat, A flat, B flat, the C is correct, and then we have again D flat. So we see we have these two are already correct when we are in D flat. So that means that we have to use 5 flats. So D flat has 5 flats and C sharp major has 7 sharps. Okay, now next step. Forget that nonsense. That's if it's too difficult, it doesn't matter at the moment. So you see now that I have written here where the do is major. Now let's go back to our 7 root notes. It's so important. We start on our C and we make a so-called root position of a chord. That means that we have a third here and another third here. And when you have this constellation on the white keys, we always have root positions. This is the root position. And now we're on C major because the do is in C. And now our first chord number 1, is a major chord. Chord number 2, built from this, is a minor chord. Here from me is also a minor chord. Chord number 3, chord number 4 is a major chord. Chord number 5 is a major chord. Chord number 7 is a major chord. 6, sorry, is a major chord. And chord number 7 is a diminished chord. And why is this a diminished chord? Because we have 2 minor thirds. We have 1, 2, 3 half steps, 1, 2, 3 half steps. And let's have a look at this major chord. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 half steps. That's a major third. 1, 2, 3, a minor third. So a major third and a minor third is a major chord. Here we have the opposite. We have here a starting point, 1, 2, 3 half steps, 1, 2, 3, 4 half steps. So this is a minor third and this major third, and the result is a minor chord. And here on chord number 7 we have 1, 2, 3, minor third, 1, 2, 3, minor third. The result is a diminished chord. Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, let's play chord number 1. Chord number 3, chord number 4, and chord number 5. and listen how it sounds. Play 2 times. And we always play root positions now of the chords. Now let's try the same thing in D major. Okay, then our chord number 1 major chord is the D major chord. So chord number 3 is a minor chord, F sharp minor, G major is chord number 4, and A major is chord number 5. And you see in D major our G major chord has another function. It's chord number 4, and then if we are in C major, G major is the dominant chord, chord number 5. And here in D major, it's chord number 4 called the subdominant. This is chord number 1 is the tonica, chord number 4 is the subdominant, and chord number 5 is the dominant. Okay, chord number 1, D major, chord number 3, F sharp minor, G major, and A major. It sounds exactly the same. The relationships between the chords and the notes are the same as in C major. And we can also start here. We can start on the A, for example. Then we have A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, and A. And our chord number 1 is A major. Chord number 3 is C sharp minor, a minor chord. Here it's written. Then chord number 4, the subdominant, is a major chord, D major, and the dominant chord is E major. And so you can test around all major keys. This is for the major keys. So let's do some practical exercises. Ladies and gentlemen, a few practical exercises you can do. We are again in C major. I hope you can see it. And we will play chord number 1, chord number 3, chord number 4 and 5. And this is repeated all the time. Now, play these chords a few times till you feel confident. Now play them twice. Well done. Now let's add the pedal, of course. Press down the pedal, play the first chord. And wait till you start pressing down the next chord to release the pedal. The releasing of the pedal at the right time is the most important thing. Release, 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 release. Now we add a bass note here. We can use here the C, of course, and then we play the E, the F, and the G, and back to C major. Now, of course, because we are learning something new, we have always a parallel motion from this root position to this root position. Later, when you know the chords, we can add the inversions and another way of playing the bass. But for the basics, for understanding and for getting to know as many chords as possible, it doesn't matter if it's like that. That's the basic movement you should know. Now we'll add a few notes. You can, oh no, let's do some variations now. We can, for instance, play like that. And you'll surely see that we still play the same chords, although they are not played at the same time. So they are like a kind of broken chords. We can also do some other variation. Broken chords. Comes in your mind. And the next step, let's add a few other notes. You see that when we start, let's make like a always the same thing. We start here on C major, and then you can play the next 3 notes up to C. And when we are in E minor, you can play the next 3 notes up to E. And if you are in F major, we can the next 3 notes play. And also in G major, these 3 notes. It sounds like that. It sounds already quite nice. Now you can try to do some variations with added notes here. You can, for instance, and if you dare, you can start making a walking bass. We're still playing root positions, and make sure you know exactly what you do. Let's do this in another key. So, step number 1, we move the key and the tool. Let's say we make it in D major because we have already made something in D major. So, the first chord is D major, and chord number 3 is F sharp minor. G major is chord number 4, and A major is chord number 5. You can practice the same thing here. We need, of course, with the bass, F sharp here. And back. And also do the variation. Let's add the 3 notes above and think that we always need F sharp and C sharp. And so you can work through every key and use this template to practice a little bit the different feelings in the different keys. So, and then we can start implementing inversions and variations also in the left hand. And please subscribe to my channel if you like this video and give me a thumb up. then I can continue to make such content. Have a great time and thank you for being here.